the culture. He's a poet, a painter, a writer, a songwriter, a teacher, and a man of very unique creativity. For many years, he's been part of our World Poetry family. He's always been with us. All of his life, he's dedicated to art, and for this reason, we want to give him this prize. So he is a precious soul. I think that he's a precious soul, in my own mind anyway, and I think in a lot of people. So we would like to have, present David Campbell with the award. And to present David Campbell with the award, we are very honored to have a councilman from the city of Vancouver, and also a David, and his name is David Cadman. Would David Cadman please come up?
Let me say first of all, what an honor and a pleasure it is for me to be here, because this man, though he may not know it, played a very important part in my life. Let me explain. In 1967, I left Canada to go and study in Europe, and then to work in East Africa for 4.5 years. When I left, the music and poetry of Bob Dylan and Phil Oakes, Gordon Lightfoot and Leonard Cohen, Joan Baez and Joni Mitchell, the poetry of substance was on the air. I came back in 1976. Bob Dylan had been born again, and disco was everywhere. And I said to my friends, is there nobody who's singing about the things that matter? And my friends at the Cross Cultural Center and the Development Education Center said, yes, here is Through Arawak Eyes by David Campbell. And I listened to it. And there was James Bay Hydroelectric Scheme, branch of the same old tree. Taller your towers in the sky, wider your man-made lakes. Princes of plastic, did you say? Power is what it takes. Your empires will grow as you build without asking why, taking green from the earth, taking blue from the morning sky. And then I listened a little bit farther, and there was Santiago in September, connecting Sharpeville in South Africa, and Prague, and September the 11th, 1973, when Pinochet overthrew Allende. And my hair rose in the back of my neck at that song. And then I went on and I listened to his songs about native culture. Corn and potatoes, peanuts, strawberries. Where do they come from? Can anyone tell me? And of course they all came from indigenous people. All of them. And I went on and listened to other of his poetry. Pretty Brown, celebrating the beauty of indigenous peoples of the world. No, not Columbus. No, he didn't discover this place. 30,000 years ago, guess who found Canada? Well, of course, it was indigenous people. So I was absolutely thrilled, and I've sort of followed David all along and always tried to get his newest recordings. There's some over there, if you're lucky, if they haven't all been sold. So I celebrate this man, because at a time when the culture shock of coming back to this culture was even more profound than the culture shock of going away, I was looking for the substance that said the truth of our society, and I found that in the poetry and the music of David Campbell. So I congratulate you on this award. It is a pleasure to give it to you. And I feel like when you get a Lifetime Achievement Award, you must be kind of old and kind of, there may not be a whole lot left, and I know there's a whole lot left in you. So congratulations.
small, just a toddler. And I remember this very vividly, not being too much older than he is. And he was chasing a little white butterfly, chasing it, oblivious of where he was going. And he went into a ditch that was full of mud and was completely covered in mud. When he emerged on the other side, he kept chasing the white butterfly. Well, I suggest to you that that's the way he's been with his creativity. Through lots of hard times, he's followed it and pursued his dream and created art, music, writing, and all without one single formal lesson. Totally organically, he's produced some of the most wonderful music. I'm sure some of you know about that. And so I am really happy that I'm able to do this for him, because like I said, he is my favorite brother.
When I first heard David Radio, I was absolutely mesmerized by his beautiful reading voice, and also just the words. As said before, he is an incredibly truthful writer and a wonderful spirit. But I'm going to let my poem express my emotions towards David. This was written a few months back. Warrior feathers. He sits among strangers, tugs at the subconscious deities that intrigue his mind. His voice whispers comfort to those around, encircling history with an acute sense of now. Somewhere in a past life, he must have walked up steps, flown high over mountains, colored the world with the hues of orange. Beside him, I realize we are not strangers. I find the sister and the brother in me. I find the sister and the brother in me, hear in his voice the sound of white feathers rustling, a sequence of eloquent words. He brings clarity to this kaleidoscope world, and that's David, just wonderful.
I'd like to thank Sita, because when a beautiful young woman writes a poem about you, you know there's still hope left. I think there's a kind of Murphy's Law to do with artists, or certainly this artist, and it's this: it's the more creative you are being, the less tidy your house is. And this is a fact that is always misunderstood by people who visit you at your home. You visibly see their noses flickering and turning up when they enter your place. Instead of congratulating you for being so bloody creative,